Hey guys, it is Sonia coming to you live tonight. I have been going through my emails, just got home a little bit ago, and going through your questions. And I had a question come up this week that has definitely been a pattern. So I thought, you know what? If there's like 4 to 5 people asking me, chances are there's more of you guys out there wondering the same thing. So I thought I'd pop on really quick and give you the answer live tonight. So how is everybody doing out there in this this Tuesday evening? I know I should be in bed. Hey Nancy, how are you? Are you like me? Are you a night owl as well? So today was a busy day. I have not yet had a chance to unwind, although I'm going to do some Netflix here in a few minutes. But like I said, answering some questions here, and I thought I'd pop on because I've got one that seems to occur over and over again. And that question is, where do I start, Sonia? What should I paint first, right? And for those of you who are joining me, please say hello. My name is Sonia Millard. I'm the owner of The Shabby Shop, and I love to make homes beautiful, and I love to give you ideas, tips, inspiration on a daily basis, things that you can do, of course, on a budget to make your home beautiful as well. And so paint is one of the very biggest things that you can do. When you paint something, whether it's something in a space, whether it's something, on a space, your walls, whatever the case might be, it is the quickest, the cheapest way to just give a whole new feeling, a whole new look to your space, right? And you guys have been following me on here. You've been seeing our Junk Monkey paint makeovers on the cabinets. I know a lot of you guys, I'm super excited because a lot of you guys are now painting your cabinets, your vanities, and your furniture all yourself. And I'm starting to see the pictures come in. Hey, Roxanne, how are ya? Coming from home base from my office tonight. So anyway, and actually today was our Junk Monkey Monday that happened on a Tuesday. So if you saw and you go back through the projects that came in today that everybody posted, there were some pretty cool ones there. And there was a set of kitchen cabinets that went from a dark look to a blue slate. So you have to go check that out. That was pretty cool. But as you guys are thinking about painting your cabinets or your vanity, and especially spring is the time, of course, that, you just feel, you get that spring fever, right? Hey, Kay, how are ya? Yes, girl, we're moving to Ligonier. I know. But you know what? That's great. We're pretty excited for the opportunity. And today was a busy day. We hauled, this is how exciting it is. We hauled 6 truckloads of furniture tonight. That will be going to our new location in Ligonier. So it's going to be awesome. All kinds of new inventory going down. And of course, you guys know that we're getting rid of the inventory that is right now at the Shabby Shop in West Overton, because you know what? I don't want to haul it all over, and I just kind of want to start fresh. So kind of like spring starting fresh. That's kind of how I am. But in terms of like spring coming and wanting to paint, the question that I've been getting over and over again is, where do I start? What do I paint first? I'm going to do a quick makeover in my space. So in my world, a quick makeover could be painting my cabinets, painting my walls, maybe freshening up my trim. It just needs some TLC. It's got, all kinds of marks on it, and it's just, it's just not where it needs to be. It just needs some new paint, right? But where do you start? Okay. So this question is kind of like that question that comes out. What's the question? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Like, what should I do first? So everybody kind of has their own take on what should come first. So when I tell you that my answer, this is based on my experience and what I would do if I was in your shoes. So you kind of like, if you ever talk to somebody and they say, well, you should put the cereal in your bowl first and then you dump the milk, or vice versa, you should put the milk in and then dump the cereal, which I'm curious to know. What's your take on it? My take is I always put the cereal in first and then I put the milk on, okay? So you tell me if you're different. Anybody else or anybody the same? Tell me. So my answer, when you're thinking about a space for what to paint first, I would tell you to paint your cabinets first. And here's why. When you're painting your cabinets and you're doing a facelift, which can be a cheap makeover, things can happen in terms of the paint can actually bleed right onto your wall. Now, if you are going to, if you have wallpaper on your wall, take your wallpaper off first, okay? If you're going to do that, because you're going to use tools to do that, and it's going to be much easier if you take that part off first. So take the wallpaper off if you have it, and then paint your cabinets. If you're not taking wallpaper off, just get right to painting your cabinets, okay? So of course, you're going to use a painter's tape. Use a good one, like a frog tape, or there's an edge lock by, what's it called? what's it called, babe? Is it Scotch blue Scotch? I can't remember now. But anyway, you put that along the edge of your counters or sorry, on the edge of your cabinets, and it prevents bleed throughs. But bleeds throughs do happen, okay? It's not an exact science. So by painting your cabinets first, if you get any bleed throughs, and the other thing that can happen, especially if you've newly painted your walls right before you tape off and get ready to do your cabinets, it can also lift off. So what can happen is, and you don't really know this until you're at the very end and you go to lift off the tape and there were some weak spots, or that freshly painted wall comes off with some of your tape. It can happen, right? So, and the other thing is, if you're painting your cabinets, you may be doing different effects. So if you follow me, I do all kinds of different faux finishes, and you can use multiple products. So maybe, for example, you're using glazing, and plus, there's the paint, your sealer, and a couple other things that you may have on your cabinets. And as you put on all those different layers, Roxanne Cereal first, we're in the same boat, girl. So as you put on all those layers, you would want to make sure that you're protecting your wall, right, as best as possible. But if you put on all those layers, and bleed throughs can happen, once you peel it off, you're not going to be disappointed that you've now brought off parts of your wall with you, part of your wall paint with you. So what I would do is do my cabinets first. Next up, then I would focus on my my trim. So walls, trim, which comes first? Well, in my world, I would do the trim first, because who else likes color by numbers? Okay, that's how simple it comes down to. When you start with your trim, especially, if you have trim on the top and then you have trim across the bottom, number one, I would go with the top, because heck no, gravity happens, right? So you know that by reaching high, paint can flick down and fall on your wall. So if you've already painted your wall surface, then you've got the chance of drips and things like that happening. But if you're painting up high as well, you can kind of get all that hard work done first, right? So get your high trim, get your low trim that goes along the edge of your floor. The other thing is, when I paint trim, and it's always the hardest because it's usually the most detailed and it's the most stretching and things like that involved, but if you're painting your trim, it's okay to splash a little over onto the wall surface. So this is where the paint by numbers come in, okay? So you've got your cabinets, now you're working on your trim, your upper and your lower, but you can do a nice sweep with your paintbrush to be able to overlap the trim onto the wall. Then you're left with that nice wide open surface, okay? Cabinets, trim, wall. Now, that is probably the quickest way to give a facelift to a space. Like I can't even remember the last time I put flooring down in my kitchen. It's been down for a while, and I've actually changed my wall color multiple times, right? That's the quickest way. Paint your cabinets, paint your wall, paint your trim, throw down some rugs on the floor, throw in some new accessories if you're trying to change out your colors, right? Very, very easy. For those of you who are thinking about maybe doing a little more demolition, where you're thinking, no, that floor has got to come up. Maybe I've got tile floor down and I just bought this home and now it's broken and the floor is cracked and it can't stay there anymore. I can't hide it. It needs to come out. In that case, I would definitely do the demolition first. So if you're involving the floor, do it in this order. Do the demolition of your floor. Take it all up. Plus, as you go on to continue the painting of your cabinets, the painting of your trim, the painting of your walls, if any paint flecks, spills, anything that happens, it's just going down on a rough floor. So there's no big deal anyhow, right? But the other thing is, if you're putting down now the new floor and you're getting into the demolition sort of things, the side of things, then, and you're putting a new floor down, we all know that floors can be different heights, right? Different thicknesses. So it's no fun if you paint your wall and then you find out that when you get your floor down, that your floor is like this much thinner than the last floor surface that you had. So now you have a line below and you've got to go fix it all up. Or sometimes you might have to actually lower your trim down because you've got new flooring, and again, it's a different thickness. So by doing the demolition up front, because especially if you have to do any like major rip-ups, tear-ups, like I said, tiles, that sort of thing, you're using crowbars, you're using hammers, you're using lots of strength, lots of muscles, right? And if you've seen Fixer Upper and you've seen Chip Gaines and his team, you know it can get pretty rough on a floor getting that floor out there. But if you get the floor out, do the cabinets, the trim, the walls, and then go to the floor after, the nice thing is that, or rather do the floor before the walls if you're doing the floors. That's the proper way. Do the floor before the walls and the trim. That way, once you get the floor all laid down, you can finish off the walls in a nice professional way. So hopefully that makes sense. usually you want to leave your walls and your trim for last. Okay, makes sense? So hopefully that helps somebody out there. If there is somebody in your life that also has this question, I would love it if you would share this video with them right now and hit share. That would be so awesome. So that is my tip for you for today. I just want to pop on since this has been a theme question this week. Hopefully everybody got that and now you're armed and dangerous and getting ready to paint your cabinets. Tomorrow we have another one kicking off. Tomorrow we're going to go from a dark wood grain. We're going to take it in the 1980s. My goal in life is to like cover up all the 70s. Actually, you know, I should say I could even go back further because this last week we did, of course, 1959 cabinets. So 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, you know, all those cabinets. And we're going to bring them into the modern age, right? And do some really cool things with them. So tomorrow we go from wood grain, boring brown wood grain to a beautiful, creamy, antiqued, you know, that sort of look. So it's really popular right now. And actually last week, if you guys, I don't know if you caught it or not, but actually I've started doing a line of DIY videos. It's over on my website. Hey Melissa, hey Debbie, Beverly, how are ya? Hey Amy. It's over on my not my Facebook, but my website at styleshabby.com. Click DIY videos and you'll see me adding videos each week of all the different finishes that I do with furniture and cabinets. And if there's anybody out there who's getting ready to paint their cabinets, I do some different things when I paint cabinets versus when I paint furniture, because it's really important that when you're doing that sort of look and you know how much wear your cabinets get, that they're going to be around for the long term. So if you ever want to take the leap to paint your cabinets and you kind of want my know-how, there's where you'll find my videos. So last week I shot another video and it will be up tomorrow as well if anybody wants to check that out. So that's it. I am going to jump off of here, but I just wanted to answer the question of, you know, which came first? Where do I go? Where do I go? What do I paint first? So hopefully that helps somebody out there. I will see you guys tomorrow. I will be back on and I'll share with you the project that I have going on this week. So hopefully everybody is doing well. Now I'm going to get ready. Like I said, I'm answering emails and taking care of all that stuff tonight because I am a night owl. And now I get to go and lay in bed with my pajamas on and turn on Netflix, and I'm watching, what's it called? This Is Us. This Is Us, right? Yeah, that's what it's called. Anybody else watching that out there? This Is Us. Oh my gosh, it is so good. So that's what I'm going to be up to. But I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Happy hump day tomorrow. Bye.